Right, time for us to take a quick look at what's making headlines in the newspapers this morning. And we start this morning with the weekly, the Mail and Guardian. And Mail and Guardian this morning, the picture there on the front page says Pando's gaffe puts South Africa's struggle for a role in solving Israel-Palestine impasse at risk. So diplomatic dilemma as a result for South Africa. And the Springboks, less boring, more terrifying. And Praveen Gordhan writes for the Mail and Guardian, and I make no bones about being an active shareholder. So you can read more about that in this morning's edition of the Mail and Guardian. Moving on to the next one, and we have the Business Day for you. Lead story there for Business Day. Transnet puts out begging bold. So the SOE wants government to take on part of its 130 billion rand debt burden. And of course, you know, this is what I think we did mention this at the time when government took on part of Eskom's debt, that what would stop other SOEs from asking for the same. So here we go. Transnet saying, okay, you did this for Eskom, you can do it for us as well. Take on some of that debt. Discovery issues warning to Road Accident Fund. And this, of course, about the Apex Court ruling earlier this month that the Road Accident Fund actually has to pay the medical schemes, who, of course, in turn had paid for the medical costs of some of the claimants of RAF. So that story. And the picture there is of the Dutch royal couple there. That's King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday at the Union Buildings. And also inside the jobs juggle, that case facing a local Coke bottler. Those are the stories being highlighted on the front page of today's Business Day. Moving on to the next one, which is, of course, the Star. The Star leading with illegal mining scandal unearthed. And this is the disaster inquest that was done into the Lily mine collapse, and it revealed the causes of that deadly collapse. And part of it was the illegal mining, which had caused, you know, one of the pillars to collapse. And this is, of course, that sinkhole into which that lamp room in which the three mine workers were. They saying it's as a result of the illegal mining that was taking place there. So that story. And of course, also on that front page, the Star looking at what's happening in the townships. Operation Dudula saying that they are going to reclaim spaza shops from foreigners in the townships. So that's this morning's front page of the Star. Moving on to the next one, which is the Citizen. Interesting with that South African flag thumbprint. It says, and this is a survey that was conducted, and according to it, the same goes for the Springboks, Table Mountain, Bunny Chow, Biltong, Sevendalan, and of course colloquialisms like Bakkie, Lekker, how's it? All of these still imbue a huge number of South Africans who have left the shores of the country for foreign climates, and this is why expats can't let go. They delve into that story. Also, no jobs, so dad keeps on paying, and this is about parents who have kids living at home because of the cost of living, so they're staying longer, they're not moving out, and teachers lack skills. Interesting story on page 2 of this morning's Citizen. Crisis as only 20% of pupils actually get quality education, and it's tough to be old in Jozi. That story also being carried today. And finally, we have the Sowetan. And this morning, they're going with that beautiful, beautiful picture on the front page. Really nice. It's Sia, and I think it's Temba Bavuma, I would imagine. And because the face is just not too clear for me to see from here. But that's a very beautiful picture, and it speaks to the Springboks and, of course, the Proteas, who will be in action flying the national flag high this weekend. Both of them facing England in the Cricket and Rugby World Cups. Also, Parker waiting for Zungu apology. And mine bosses were warned, and this is about Lily Mine. Court finds Lily Mine managers ignored the alerts about Zama activity, weakening its structure. And 7 years after the collapse, the NPA must decide who to prosecute for the death of those mine workers. So that's what's making headlines in the newspapers. And remember, you can read all about these stories and, of course, more, our SABC stories as well on www.sabcnews.com. That's our own website here at the SABC. With that, 7 o'clock, let's bring you up to speed with the news.